Well, thank you, Brittany. My first year was 1978, and humbly, I was Rookie of the Year. And the 23 sacks that I had, then, as you already stated, don't count. And so I actually have 143 and a half sacks, but the records say I have 65. But the truth of it is I was taught during my professional football career, you never want to break your arm trying to pat yourself on your own back.
Correct.
So I've never really joined in on any of those online fights or anything to, try and get myself into the Hall of Fame. I figured that there's one or two or maybe three or four quarterbacks out there that remember me.
Yeah.
When we could actually hit them,
Yeah, I agree. I bet they definitely do remember you.
San Diego's efforts to regroup were disassembled by Detroit's Silver Rush defense. Tampa Bay was forced into an obvious passing down on nearly every play, much to the delight of Al Baker, number 60. Unlike some of their counterparts, the Lions were convinced of Baker's ability to play in the National Football League, and this second-round draft choice certainly lived up to Detroit's expectations. Al dropped passers 23 times and prompted opponents to panic. His love for the game drove him beyond the point where others had given up, and this made an all-pro out of a rookie. Hustle was Baker's obsession, and it helped him accumulate legions of followers. But what turned Bubba's buddies on was a pass-rushing style that was all his own.
Guys out there on the football field, they're not used to you coming to them and giving them a little dance, shaking them down, and spinning on them. It is that type of a position. I mean, you can be original.
Baker was the Defensive Rookie of the Year and a key member of the Silver Rush, whose 55 sacks were second only to Dallas. This was the kind of defense opponents had learned to hate, and the Lions had learned to love. The Minnesota Vikings were in town, and Detroit was ready to gift-wrap the Vikings and present them to their fans. Fittingly, Al Baker recorded the sack that broke the Lions' all-time season record, and a sellout crowd saw Detroit's offense explode for their highest point total in 11 years. As the Lions prepare to meet the challenge of 1980, defense will be an important ingredient. A well-balanced combination of experience and youth should allow Detroit to build on its defensive performance of 1979. But the heart and soul of the unit is typified by Al Bubba Baker. Baker earned All-Pro honors as a rookie in 1978 with his unique approach to the art of rushing the passer. But Bubba found the early going in '79 strewn with difficulty and adversity. Bubba was a marked man. Baker's desire to be the best overcame his temporary setbacks and set him on the course that he craves, the path to the quarterback. Bubba's relentless pursuit has accounted for an incredible 39 sacks in 32 games and has led to the creation of a new defensive monolith, the Silver Rush, with mates English, Purifoy, Gallagher, Gay, and Elam. At 6'6" and 260 pounds, Baker is the epitome of the defensive end. Brilliantly combining superior strength with the agility to evade offensive linemen, Baker's play in '79 paralleled the progress of the Lion defense. Allowing but 17 points per game in 10 of their final 13 games, the defense responded to Bubba's enthusiasm and zest for the game. This was most apparent on Thanksgiving Day against the Chicago Bears, the NFL's finest team in the second half of 1979. In his best game of the season, Baker sacked Bear quarterback Mike Phipps 4 times, providing the inspirational force behind Detroit's strongest defensive performance of the year. The Lions defense held the conference's leading rusher, Walter Payton, to just 54 yards. For Bubba Baker and the Lion defense, Thanksgiving Day represented both the fulfillment and the promise of more to come.